Hello everyone, welcome back to TWAB BD, where we break down this week at Bungie as fast as humanly possible. Let's go! Starting off, Into the Void. Bungie announces that there will be no new Darkness subclasses in the Witch Queen DLC, or through Year 5, and there will also be no more new Stasis fragments. Instead, they announced that they're going to be reworking all the light-based subclasses, starting with Void. The Void subclass will be getting fragments and aspects in Year 5, and Bungie was gracious enough to go ahead and give us a couple sneak peeks of what they're going to be doing to this subclass, and they give us a hint at what they might be doing to retune a couple exotics for the Void subclasses. And the first little teaser they give us is that we're going to be having 3 new negative status effects and 3 positive status effects added to the game. The first 3 status effects is going to be Suppress, which the target is knocked out of any active abilities and can't activate any abilities or movement modes as long as suppression persists, and AI combatants don't shoot when they are afflicted. Weaken, the target takes increased damage and has their movement slowed. AI combatants fire their weapons with decreased accuracy. Volatile, the target is afflicted with an unstable void energy and will explode upon taking additional damage and or on death. The 3 positive effects is Void Overshield, a protective barrier of void light which reduces damage taken from combatants. Invisibility, you vanish from sight and do not appear on enemy radars. Devour, you feast on the energy of your foes. Kills restore your health to full, grants grenade energy, and extends Devour. And for some of you veteran players, you may know that some of these perks already exist in the game, with the Titan's middle tree Tag and the Warlock's bottom tree Devour. But from what we can tell, all these buffs and debuffs can be applied on all classes. It won't be restricted to a certain class anymore. Bungie continues by showing us a few changes to the Hunter subclass, starting off with Shadow Shot, specifically using Mobius Quiver. Now it will fire 2 volleys of 3 void arrows and a cone which seeks out enemies and spawn void anchors on impact. Shadow Shot makes tethered enemies volatile and deals increased damage to tethered targets. And they give us a hint to a new aspect called the Stylish Executioner. And this says, defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a Stylish Execution, your next melee attack, while invisible, weakens enemies. Bungie continues to show off upcoming changes with the Sentinel Titan, with a brand new aspect called Overwatch. And this allows you to cast a void-empowered barricade that grants a void overshield to yourself and nearby allies. The empowered barricade slowly regenerates the void overshield of allies bunkered behind it. Bungie also talks about the shield toss projectile melee. This will hurl your shield towards enemies. The shield can ricochet off enemies and surfaces, granting you a small chunk of void overshield on each enemy hit. And this will be out of your super. This is just going to be your melee. Bungie wants Titans to have an option when it comes to projectile melees. We continue the preview with the Warlock Voidwalker class, and they talk about the new projectile melee called Pocket Singularity. And this launches a tracking, unstable ball of void energy that detonates when it's near an enemy, pushing targets away from the blast and making them volatile. Bungie wants this to be somewhat of an anti-dive tool to push enemies out of cover, and Bungie also shows off a new aspect called the Child of the Old Gods. This aspect says, cast your rift to summon a sentient black hole, which hovers at your side, waiting for a target. It will launch itself at enemies, then begin siphoning their energy and weakening them, refunding their life force back to you as either grenade or melee energy depending on the rift you have. Healing rift for grenade, empowering rift for melee from what it sounds like. Bungie says they'll be revealing a little bit more of what's to come in future TWABs, but for now, they hope that this was good enough to satiate our curiosity for the time being. To finish up this week at Bungie, here are your prime rewards. You'll get the Watercliff Coil Exotic Rocket Launcher, the Diesel Punk Exotic Ornament, the Aeon Drive Exotic Sparrow, and the Lost Legendary Ghost Projection. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I enjoy making them for you. If you enjoy what I do and want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. It inspires me to make more. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace, and have a good one.